Today's episode of Rockin' H Woodshop is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/rockinH.
Now the first thing we got to do is remove the in-feed and out-feed trays. We're going to do that with just a simple Allen wrench. Now just in case we ever sell this planer and get a new one, we're going to put these screws back in the original holes just for safekeeping. Now the next thing we want to do is to cut a couple strips on either side of the planer that's going to be the exact thickness from the tabletop to the planer bed, which is 2.5 inches long. Now we're just going to cut a piece that's the exact width of this planer bed. Basically these two runners right here, which are 19 inches long, and they fit just inside the feet of the planer right there. Now to help keep them square, we've made some spacers that are the exact width. We're going to put one here and then one at the other end. Now before we put this thing to use, we're just going to give it a few coats of some Johnson's paste wax. Coincidentally, this is the same wax that I use for my table saw. Okay, now there's one thing I did notice as I was running this through. I was still getting a little bit of snipe on the edges. And as I was watching this go through, I was noticing the table was holding still, but as the pressure rollers were catching the pieces of wood, the planer was shifting a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do now is take another piece of wood and sandwich the jig around the planer, so this will be up underneath the planer, bolted to it or screwed to it, and then this will be screwed to that as well. That way it'll all be one piece instead of two pieces hopefully resting on one another. Okay, now with the base in place, during the whole process this thing got flipped around, so I'm going to go at it from the other end. Let's give it a trial run, see how it goes. Well, after that just one pass, I can see that it completely eliminated the snipe that I had. I've always had problems with snipe with this particular planer, and I think I've eliminated it. Now this jig is a bit bulky, but the good thing is that it's fairly narrow, so if you hang it on the wall, it's not going to be of a problem. And the setup does take a little bit of time, but generally when you use your planer, it's when you're milling a whole bunch of stock, and that's all you're doing. So the setup time is really not that bad. But if you have to use the planer for just a quick little item, I wouldn't take the time to put this on it. But overall, I'm very happy with the way that it works out. And this just goes to show you, it's not how much money you spend on your tools to get the right one, it's how well you can make them work better for you with the amount of money that you spend. So a penny saved is a penny earned if you can build the right jigs to make it better. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this jig making episode on how to make your planer a better one. If you're new to this channel, I want to welcome you, and I invite you to check out all of my video archives that you can find out right down here as well as all of my social networking you can find right here. I would also like to thank Audible.com for being a new supporter of the Rockin' H Woodshop. Remember, with over 150,000 audio title books, there's bound to be one out there that's right for you. And remember, signing up is free on their new trial program, and they will throw in an audio book just for joining. For more information, you can go to my website at audibletrial.com/rockinH for more details and to get your free audio book. Well, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Be sure and visit my website at rhwoodshop.com for more details on everything Rockin' H. So until next time, guys, be safe in your shops, and I will talk to you next time.